So this is going to be a full day in the life as an online coach in Marbella, and also going through the productivity hacks you need to be ultra successful. We have my full diary today. We'll be going through everything in here step by step and how you can crush it. And there's also going to be one rule for today, and is I have to answer all of Lewis's questions with 100% honesty when it comes to productivity, work, and crushing it. So let's get stuck into it. So let's have a quick look at my diary to see what's coming up. So first off, it's going to be video for arriving and some food. We've got training at Elements Gym in Marbella, eating after training, sales training with one of our team members, and then we're going to be going into our weekly content team call review. We have 2 weekly meetings for my fitness business and 7-figure scaling systems, a sales team training, a one-to-one meeting with our head of sales, and then we've got something sick. We've got a podcast we're doing later on, which is going to be wild, which is with Paul Daly, who is the former COO of Iman Gadzhi's business. So we're going to do a podcast with him, and then we're also going to be going for dinner at a sick place called Rufino's in Benedict. So I'm going to take you along for the whole ride and take you through this step by step. So one of the things that will keep you poor as an entrepreneur is generally cooking. So one of the best things you can do is use Meal Prep Company. This is Fosh Foods in Marbella, so if you are in Marbella, that's the best people I would use. They custom make everything. Now, talking about making food and making yourself poor, I am actually going to make something because you can't meal prep this. This is a new cream of rice. I actually tried yesterday for the first time. Designer rice pudding, so it's slightly different in terms of how you basically make it. So we're going to make 100 grams of that and add some boiling water to it with this whey protein, which is okay, but not amazing. And then I'll add some sweetener and salt to it because it's not actually sweet enough for my sweet tastes. If one of my many talents in life is making a lot of mess, which is also why I shouldn't cook. Ooh, I missed some. Because if you cook, also means you have to clean. You'll eat other snack while making the main snack. Rice cakes with chocolate good. Although Lewis behind the camera always has the best snacks. I'm going to go for the 2.5 to 1 water ratio. Apparently you're supposed to actually just leave this in the water and let it just swell up. But I put it in the microwave yesterday, so it worked pretty well. Do you know what's funny? The amount of times I've made food videos before for fitness videos and people being like, that's terrible food hygiene, he just put the spoon in his mouth.
As if you're going to eat it.
Maybe I will, or maybe it's just for the video. You'll find out later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned. Whilst this is turning into a cooking video, cream of rice is one of the best things you can eat. So this is the finished article in terms of what we have. So this is cream of rice with blueberries, extra stevia, whey protein, coconut oil, and a hell of a lot of salt. And if you want to see something that's insane, this is almost like a dessert. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a salt, but it tastes like banging. De la Sal Marina, sea salt, but it's like flaked, so it's banging. So I'm hammering through with that. And if you're an entrepreneur who struggles from productivity, one of the best things you can do is actually salt your food more, because you having an electrolyte imbalance is often one of the reasons you can't concentrate. Later on in this video, we might show you our supplement stack in terms of what I take from a nootropic point of view, just to give you an idea in terms of how many supplements we have in here. This is one drawer here, and if you stay tuned to the end, I'll show you what we take. That's all of the supplements that I bought or take with me. And then we also have a pile more in there. But this is more like proteins and pre-workouts and fun stuff. This is mystery supplement number 1 I will show you. Improves brain performance. It's methylene blue. So this is a liquid drop, and one of the things you'll see, I actually saw one of our clients at our mastermind event, his mouth was all blue because he'd just taken this. So if you do take this, put it in your mouth, try not to get it in your teeth, and drink loads of water, because it will literally stay in your mouth blue for a while and you look like a zombie out of The Walking Dead. Highly effective, so that's one of the supplements.
Benefit?
Benefits just improves brain concentration, how quickly your brain can function. It's an unusual supplement not many people take. The amount I take on that is 10 milligrams. So you can get this on Amazon in pretty much every country as well. So just started to warm up with training here, 9 AM at Elements Gym in Marbella. I call that one. Been here like every day for a month. That's how good I am in terms of memory retention. Now, in terms of what we're doing today, I'm going to be training some back, and then we're going to be going into some meetings after on, so we're going to get stuck into it now.
flames keep burning down. No, you won't hear a sound. The screaming bottled within. Take a look around and keep your guns high.
So that's workout wrapped up. It is hotty. It is sweat and hotty. Now, one of the most important things I recommend most people do in terms of their schedule is you get up, you work for an hour or two, and then you go and train, because often as an entrepreneur, you will find something that triggers you in the morning, it pisses you off. Happens to me a lot. Inherently, I'm not actually in a great mood in the morning. Have you come and work out, you then feel great afterwards, and it refreshes you and gets you back in the zone. It puts you a higher frequency energy. So now I can go and crush a load of work calls for the rest of the day. The way I schedule Mondays is I have a lot of like team calls back to back, and then we've also got a dope-ass podcast that's coming up later on. Do I have ADHD?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Or modest?
I don't have ADHD.
Yeah.
No, I don't have attention deficit disorder.
The opposite way around.
Hyperfocus disorder.
Yeah.
What disorder is that called? Overstimulated brain who's like white all the time. No, I had 2 coffees and a pre-workout. No, 2 pre-workouts mixed together. But one's a pump formula. So I've only had about 600 milligrams of caffeine today. It's 11:30.
On that note, I'm ordering some energy drinks.
Well, I did look at the Red Bull in the fridge and I was like, it is already open. I could have
You
that.
say you've already opened it?
But I quite like flat ones. It's like flat Fanta. It's good. I don't like. Sometimes fizzy drinks are too fizzy. It's now 11:31. I've had no response and confirmed this call. I've also had another Instagram account disabled today.
Oh no, which one?
My real Charlie Johnson Instagram account got disabled. Instagram account suspended again. Wonderful. Let's try and get this one. Be concentrate while I fill this fucking thing in. So you build a backup Instagram account that then also gets suspended, and I also can't really read the fucking text thing. Instagram at the minute like best friends. This is probably the 5th account I've had disabled this year. For anyone who knows the pain in the arse this is, this happened at our event the other day. It is not ideal.
What do you think is the main cause that keeps happening to the accounts, and how can people like avoid it?
The key is multiple accounts, having the right connection, somebody getting back. So, yeah, it's what it is.
Would you also say something along the lines of like not using one main source for
Yeah, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. So we've got like so many Instagram accounts. It's insane, but you need to spread the risk. So I'd always have multiple. Comment if you like the hat. Lewis has a matching one. Zoom link. I actually think hats suit me, but I just find they itch my head sometimes, so that's why I don't really wear them. YouTube shorts not getting posted still, and then we need to go through YouTube ideas, because if we go to the YouTube channel for the fitness one, despite asking 15 times, we do not have shorts going on that channel.
So I can send that. I'll send it over to Lewis.
Yeah.
I've got the hook written up.
Yeah.
As like a script, and I voice noted it to myself as well to see how it sounds, like highlighting specific words at specific point. So I can send that over to you as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got a list of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So all we need, we want super viral ideas, like ideally things that can.
Yeah. So I've got 11, which is one. I'll just read them off.
Do you want a screen share? So like we need more stuff like this for YouTube Shorts, because it's telling us this is what.
3 days is an idea. 3 weeks is an attempt. 3 months is a habit. 3 years is a skill. 3 days is an idea. 3 weeks is an attempt. 3 months is a habit. 3 years is a skill.
Yeah, I think with that, like, I can't remember who did that. I think it was
Alex or Jason?
Alex, I think, who did that. So I don't know if it's worthwhile, like we spoke before, about just having people specifically doing specific things.
I agree.
Also, I don't know if you guys have any ideas while we're on this, but this content audit thing is something that it's like such a simple concept. The views are good because it's giving people value straight away. It takes literally a minute to film. I don't know if there's something similar to this, but different, that we could also do where you're like auditing someone's
nutrition program. I just saw something really clever. Mike, you could do the same thing for fitness and audit someone's diet plan.
Yeah.
There we go. Boom. Yeah.
I've never seen anyone do that.
Yeah. Send me over your nutritional plan or send me over your training program and I'll critique it.
That's a good idea.
I got to show you your arms on.
That's
I can see you rocking that.
It would require them to send you that over.
That's a fair point. I got to shoot because I'm going to get ready for the call.
Okay.
I hope it's helpful. Let's have a big week, and then if you guys need anything, let us know.
Peace.
Bye. Bye. Hobbling around because I fucked my back up doing RDLs. We now have a team meeting for our fitness business. We then have a team meeting for 7-figure scaling systems. And so this is like some confidential shit. I'll fill you in on, that's my notification on calendar that I need to get on my phone, on Zoom. I'll fill you in some of the details afterwards, but I can't record this. So see you later. Goodbye. So that's a wrap in terms of a run of Zoom calls. I think I had maybe about 4 hours back to back on Monday. So one of the things I try and do is block as much of this stuff together which I can. To be honest with you, the worst part about business is that I hate Zoom and I hate doing meetings. So that's all nailed down, that's all a wrap. The important thing is having meetings on a Monday, at least you set the cadence of the week. Now, enjoying second fast food meal of the day. We have coming up next, as I'm going to have a Red Bull because I feel tired, and then we're going to do this podcast with Paul Daly, which is going to rip. We ideally wanted to do it outside, but you can see I'm squinting now. It's incredibly bright and it's getting hot. It's also slightly windy, so we're debating whether we do outside or inside. We did some podcasts yesterday outside. It looked pretty sick, but it seems to get warmer later on here, so we're not sure what we're going to do with that. But we will decide on location for that, rip that, and then we're going to go for dinner in Benedict afterwards.
Do you feel that getting all the calls and that over on a Monday is like the most productive way, or would you recommend spreading them out in the week?
The biggest mistake most people make is to spread them out over the week. So one thing you want to focus on doing is wearing a certain hat on a certain day. Ideally, I wouldn't do a podcast today because I'm not really in the mood for it now. But if someone's in the town and you sort of have to, then you make it obviously do. So I would try and be like focus on one type of task every day. So days like meetings. Tuesday I would normally do like fulfillment for the mastermind, and then the rest of the week I try and focus on more creative stuff. So I would try and get them all out over and done with, because then you've got the rest of the week being clear. Same thing I'd say to people if you're a fitness coach watching this. I would try and get all your check-ins done in one day, so then you've got the rest of the week to focus on like marketing and actually running the business. Yeah, turkey mince is getting very unexciting now. So this is going to be a hell of a podcast. I'm really excited to have Paul Daly onto the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Who I've roped in at very short notice. To give everyone a short synopsis on who you are, I first came across you on a podcast with Eddie Malouf, we were just talking about, which was absolutely wild and amazing, and I've been binging on YouTube ever since. What would be a brief introduction to who you are, what you've done, and why anyone should care what you say?
I'll skip everything until the online space because most people don't care. So I'm most known for being Iman's COO/CEO for the last 2 years. How are the mic levels? Just because my voice has gone, gains okay and everything. I was Iman's COO and CEO for the last 2 years. I stopped working with Iman. We parted ways. He asked me to leave, actually, to be frank with you. I said that on Eddie's podcast. I'm very upfront about that. Super nice guy. Love Iman. Really good friend of mine. The only downside about leaving, genuinely, is that we don't get to hang out anymore. You know, different sinks in life. But anyway, so was with Iman for 2 years, and then since then have been working with brands kind of like yourself on just helping them grow their businesses. I'm not by means, I know you said you're binging YouTube. I'm not a content creator. I'm trying to learn that skill. I am someone who grew in the business world first. Content is secondary. I work with people who tend to work in the content world first and business is coming after. Some guy, like I have clients that are doing 20 million a year that are business first, and I can still work with them on different things. But the content first guys are the guys that I've found like a really nice little soft spot for.
I noticed your attention to detail with content. We've even mentioned like gain on the mic, and I've seen some of your videos talk about spending like 50K on camera setups and stuff like that. So,
bro, I'm super type A. You can ask him. My editor's over here off camera. I catch the smallest stuff. I would hate to work for me, dude. Yeah. I am so neurotic, it's crazy. But I try to make it not look that way. But I'm very neurotic.
Or like, what's the problem you need to solve? So like, depending on what I'm trying to focus on at any given time, I try and steer most of the meetings to that. I spend most of my time focused on that, rather than if our fulfillment in our program is sick, then why do I need to have meetings with the fulfillment team if it's working perfectly?
But the thing is, you almost have to remember that, because when you hire people, you feel this need of like, okay, they're on my team, and this is my part. I have to be there, blah blah blah. But then that happened to me for a while, and I started realizing my team was becoming more of a weight than like a lifter. And I realized when I got out of it, they probably, if anything, got better. You know, you have to cater like once a week or once every month or whatever the cadence is. You'll find something. Yeah, and it's more so for culture buy-in. If you're not there, they'll feel like they're not being poured into, like they're missing out on something. And so you have to find where that amount of pouring is needed.
That's why I like these 3 20-minute meetings, so I can come in, bang, super high energy, super quick on the specific thing, and then I'm out.
Yeah, I like, bro. In that regard, it's cool. But so maybe I misunderstood your context. I'm totally cool hopping into different team meetings and pouring in. But the leadership team my C-suite and my directors and stuff, the six people I picked to pour into, I'm pouring everything into them. Like I'm trying to duplicate myself, not duplicate, like 5x, 6x myself, duplicating myself over and over and over through those people. And so that's really, if anything, that if I put time in anything, it's duplicating myself, because this is egotistical, but I know you'll know what I'm talking about. I feel like if you could 5x the amount of yous that are in your business, yes. And so the Ty Lopez is the best.
See by my reaction of like,
I know. Ty Lopez is the best in the world, I found at this, but Ty can duplicate himself so easily at this point. He's gotten Ty is so good at taking how he thinks and breaking it into SOPs, talking to his team. Like again, he only works with 48 people, talking to those people, and he's just so good at duplicating. It's a skill set that I've yet to master. I would even say I'm still mediocre at it, but the better you get at that, the better your businesses are going to be, because the more you can replicate yourself and that talent, and of course in the right people, which is another talent, spotting the people that and so when you get good at that, you're unstoppable, bro. You know,
what would you say is the biggest thing you've learned about pouring into people?
Picking who you pour into, number one. Okay. I've poured into a lot of people that stabbed me, like in the back kind of thing. So pouring into the right people is definitely the first. I've also learned, dude, one of the things I learned with Iman at the end was not to show everyone everything. So I don't know about you, but I'm like a really open book. If you're close to me, like I give you everything, uncensored. You see who I am. But I don't do that as much anymore, because I've realized that when you are pouring into people and you humanize yourself a little too much, then it's almost like meeting your idols. People want a perfect version of you, and in a kind of inauthentic way, I hate it. But what I learned is when I was more statured, if you will, in front of people, it worked better. And so I think a couple things. Number one, pick who you pour into. It's almost always the guys I've seen that have bigger teams are some of the most careful guys possible. One of the things Iman always looked at was, where can I get stabbed? That's like a thing he constantly would ask himself. Where's the knife going to come from? And so it's this weird thing where you're pouring in, you want to give as much as possible, but you're also knowing somewhere, somehow, someone's going to stab me in the back for it. It happened to Christ, it happened to Caesar, it happened to every leader you can imagine. And so it's just, I think it's a couple things, but the main thing I would say is consistently do it to 48 people. Again, 6 people is kind of what I go for. Do it every single day, and do it knowing, just like Jesus did it, knowing Judas would stab him, do it with love, and just when it happens, brush it off and keep doing it. You know, a lot of people stop pouring into people after they get stabbed for the first time, but you gotta duplicate yourself over and over.
We'll wrap up there, because I'm respectful of your time and we're doing it to eat. Where's the best place for people to find out more about you, Paul?
Paul Daly on Instagram.
Awesome. That was probably one of the best podcasts recorded. I took a ton of value from that, and I'm sure the audience did. Make sure you give Paul a pod follow. If you enjoyed the podcast, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next episode very soon. Thank you, dude.
Appreciate it. How about you? I saw you at a two-tone sub, I think.
Yeah, I've got a date just as well.
Oh, bro, I love it.
I don't really wear it massively here, yeah. Like sometimes I'm just not sure if this is too much now.
Bro, I actually, this is the first time I've worn anything out, because I've heard watch kind of around here.
That's why I don't wear it. I wore it at the event, and before that I had worn it for like 3 weeks. But then up here, I have an issue. Like, I wouldn't go out in the port with one on.
Ooh, no, I've been wearing like a Cartier or something simple, but nothing fancy here.
That's one of the positives to Dubai, is like the safety thing, right?
Yes.
started.
Sweet wine, Malaga sweet
That's
wine.
nice.
I like the octopus.
Oh, I love
It's an
octopus, bro.
octopus, so you like sliced potatoes with octopus and fire.
Sounds banging. Bro, you know this is not a touristy place. There's no English on the menu.
Yeah. So we said we would discuss the secrets to being a genius. I take a lot of brain supplements. I don't have all of them with me here in Marbella. How we've got some of them. There's a suspicious silver packet. This is not Viagra. I will explain what this is in a minute. So I have to try and pronounce this. Phosphatidylserine, whatever the fuck, how do you pronounce that? This is probably one of the best supplements you get from your brain in terms of concentration, cognitive function. Take 200 milligrams of that in the morning and late in the day if you struggle. Acetyl-L-carnitine, also really good in terms of from a fat loss perspective, so we take 2 capsules of that. Lion's mane extract, which is an adaptogen, so take 2 capsules of that. And then cytocholine, which is really, really important in terms of almost like fuel for your brain. One of the big things you find that people get depleted of choline in their brain when they take modafinil. So this is modafinil, and I would take max personally 100 milligrams, which is half a tablet. They come in 200 milligrams. And you can see there's one broken. It's a slightly ropey break where that's like a 30% I probably took. So I would take 100 milligrams of that. My dosing strategy for using modafinil, I'm not using it as much at the moment, but normally if I was really like grinding and trying to crank it, I would do something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 100 milligrams. And then what you find is this actually has a knock-on effect the next day, where you'll still have some of it in your system. This shit has made me more smart and intelligent. It's almost like you're increasing your capability in terms of what your brain can do in terms of output. If you want me to make a specific video on all of these type of supplements, I can go super in depth on, comment below brain supplements, and I'll make that. So that's a wrap. One of my favorite things in life is spending time around people who are super inspiring, super driven, networking with them, because you learn so much information so quickly. So if you want to know one of the secrets of success, one is build a personal brand and achieve shit and do shit so people want to talk to you and they actually have a reason to like believe you're worth having dinner with. 3 is actually speak to them. So I actually was I was actually sitting outside our event at the Puerto Banus hotel in Marbella, and I saw Paul walking down the promenade bit with Rob Lipset, and I was like, I know that guy because I watched some of his YouTube videos. So I got up, went over, and I was like, hey Paul, my name's Charlie, I watch your YouTube, it's dope, I really like content. And he just gave me his phone number and said, let's connect. Like, that's as simple as life is. And if you're in a position right now in life, you're afraid to have those conversations, you will ultimately fail. Whether that's the guy you want to talk to in terms of about business stuff, or the friend you want to make, or whether it's in terms of the girl you want to talk to. Like, the biggest thing holding you back right now is fear. So whatever you're afraid to do, just go and do it and conquer it.